Hey guys, Musa here from Quantum Home Improvements and Solutions. Welcome to our Tiny Home live chat, and I've got with me today Marian, Elias, also known as Louis, and Mr. Sukkar from Intellect Finance.
Hey guys.
Hi everyone.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. This is fantastic. How you guys been?
Good, very good, thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
How you been, Marian?
Good.
I've got to say before we start, Marian is an introvert and she's very soft-spoken. Joe is an extrovert and as loud as me, and Louis in between.
I'll take that, yeah. I'll take that.
You were ready for something? Okay, so if this is your first time to our channel, it's great having you join us. We have a big show. So we built this tiny home, started in 2024 in December, but we started the series showing last year in February, and there was 11 stages, and I've got to say it was a big venture. I do have a spinal injury called cauda equina syndrome, and I never thought I was going to do anything like this ever again. I built 4 houses in the past, so this is a big task for me. Joseph got me off the ground. Joseph, thank you very much for that. It was great having you.
It was enjoyable doing it, Musa. It was great.
Yeah. I might get you to come closer, Joe, because you're away from the microphone. Thanks, Joe. And Joe, we had a lot of rainy days in the beginning.
We did, yeah. It was nice, cooling weather. We had a bit of struggles, but we got there.
Yeah. And also, we had a lot of pieces come off because this tiny home is a heavily structured steel. Heavily structured with steel and welded, and there's a lot of cross bracing in steel. It was very heavy. Most tiny homes are about 2.5 ton. This came in close to 7 ton. Now, one thing I've got to say, I've asked Louis if he can please tell us when the comments come up. You are welcome to give us comments at any point. And so if you do miss the live chat, please send a comment through after and I will get back to you. Now, going back to the structure in the beginning, very detailed, very heavy. We had the tractor, but also had Marian help me. Now, Marian was never supposed to help me, but when I was unloading the truck before we started the series, I had a very big fall. It fell backwards, and you'll see that in stage 1 actually. And so Marian actually, after seeing the video, she had a bit of a chuckle, but realised that I was actually in a lot of pain, and she said, Dad, I'm going to have to help you. So Marian, thank you very much. I couldn't have done it without Marian, but Joseph got me off the ground.
No, Marian was the right arm.
And so part of the tiny home, when we had all these pieces cut off, we kept those pieces, and in the end, in stage 11, we had everyone come back and tell us what they thought of this tiny home, and we presented them with this souvenir. Now, some people weren't able to come. Louis had to go to a private function. So now this is called a shark fin. If you're not sure, I do mention it in the later videos. Joseph's got one in his office, and also Renee from Fast Flow August, who organised the universal beams for me through Orcon Steel. I gave him one as well, a long-time friend. My father used to work for his father. My father was a welder by profession, taught me how to weld, and so Renee is just a good guy. Thank you very much, Renee. And so I'm not going to be talking too much about the structure of this tiny home or the construction. So what I've done is put in the descriptions stage 1 to 11 if you want to watch those stages. Very comprehensive if you're looking to make a tiny home of your own. But if you're just interested to see how the tiny home is made, just last week I released a time-lapse video with narrating with Joe and Marian. It is pretty fast, but it gives you a good overview of how the tiny home was built. And what do you think of that, Joe?
400 hours into 40 minutes.
Joe?
Only Musa could do that.
Thanks,
That's
Joe.
mean editing right there, yeah.
That was 4 weeks of editing on top of making other videos. But Joe, it was actually over 400 hours. I say 400 as a round figure. I think it was more like 450. It's a lot of hours of video time, and that wasn't with the video on me all the time. It was just when we had the video on. So it probably would have been more like 1,000 hours of actual construction time. It was a lot. And there was a lot of people who helped us, and thank you to everyone who helped. And so I'm just going to look at my notes. I want to make sure I don't skew too far. I put in descriptions. Now, I mentioned about Marian and Joseph getting me off the ground. Now, because they did that, I felt that they really needed to have a strong part of this tiny home an experience of the tiny home, if you want to say. And so I asked first Joseph to have a stay overnight. Now his wife does not like to be out of home. And so it was funny because I said to her, look, I really want to do something special for Joe. He really wanted to be in this tiny home to give it a shot. And so we surprised him. And so between him and his wife, we actually orchestrated for them to come at night time. He thought he was coming to visit me.
I had no idea. She told me that Musa was upset and then I came straight away.
It was actually true. I was upset because his wife wouldn't stay in the tiny home.
Nice work, Aaron.
Anyway, and so they did stay overnight. Joe, what did you think of that?
It was actually very comfortable. It was quite impressive. That insulation made a humongous difference.
Yeah.
It felt comfortable. I had no air conditioning on, no heating, or it was just comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was very spacious. The shower's very spacious.
Yeah.
We're going to do a demonstration after.
Yeah, we're going to do a walkthrough. In actual fact, for the first time, and I want to thank my friend, I haven't said this yet, I want to thank my friend Rushi, who helped us to do a live chat in this tiny home. We have very poor Wi-Fi reception here, and so the video actually, or this live chat might cut out for a second, but it will come back in because of the poor wireless that we get here. So anyway, he did actually help set up a second camera. So I'm going to have Marian do a walkthrough in a minute. But first of all, Marian, what did you think of the tiny home when you slept in? Now, we actually surprised Marian and Mariah as well. They didn't know they were going to go into the tiny home, so they stayed here. Marian, what do you think?
Yeah, I also thought it was very comfortable. The bed was, but for some reason I couldn't sleep.
Okay, we had Mariah sleep on the couch. Now, this couch folds out to a queen-size bed. It's actually quite nice. We did get all the furnishings from Domain. Thank you very much, guys. And we also got the appliances from the Good Guys. And so, yeah, but what was the worst part?
Mariah talking.
They were very excited, and Marian eventually wanted to get to sleep, but Mariah wasn't there. So this is great. And I asked Marian, what did you think of the bathroom, the size? Joe thinks it's pretty good. Now, I'm going to ask Marian, I'm going to go to the second camera. Marian, if you can go to the camera, just do a bit of a walkthrough. I'm just going to start this second camera. And here we go. And so this is the main bedroom. It has a queen-size bed. It's quite huge. Now we did have people say that this tiny home needed a lamp and an alarm clock. We did actually got that after. We actually got different sheeting. The pillowcases there. You can see the pillowcases. We actually made that with our sewing group, and Marian's part of that. And the painting. We just saw that a minute ago. That was done by Mariah. Very, very nice. Thank you, Mariah. And you can see the fan. Yep. That fan is a tiny fan for a tiny home. Thanks to Danny, my very good friend who's an electrician. He did all the wiring here. So now Marian's going to show the book nook. Veronica loved the book nook, and you'll see who Veronica is soon. She loved the space for the closet. And up the top there you can see extra blankets and pillows, and that's for this couch. And so now with the bathroom, it's a bit dark in there. We're just going to test and see how the lighting is. That's not too bad actually. We've closed the blind. And so now here we can see the knuckle for the towel. We put it away from the shower. It is a wet area. And then you can see the wall fan to get the steam out. You can also see the shower rose. Now these products are mainly Caroma. I love Caroma products. And you can see the vanity here, also a drop-in, it is a drop-in with a Caroma flick mixer, and on the right you can see their clean flush toilet. That works brilliantly. Beautiful. And so
I don't think you can actually. You got to actually be in there to show the size of it.
So Joe's just running out, making a mess here. He's going to come in and just do a demonstration.
He's been keen to do it.
He's been keen to do this. He's trying to shoulder charge the wall. Now Joe, hit that wall a little bit harder. Ready? Hit the wall. Hit the wall. Now you can't hear Joe, but he was just showing how much space is in there. So now Marian's just going to walk through. She's going to actually take it outside. Actually, no. Marian's going to show me one last thing. The bed. The bed actually has 2 drawers in it. On this side and 2 on the other side. With tiny homes, it's very hard to find storage space. So we made sure that we got products to accommodate that. So Marian's just going to come through here now. And she's going to take it outside. But just before she does, she's going to turn the camera and show us her painting that she did. Marian, thank you very much. That painting turned out beautiful. You did a beautiful job.
Was that yours, Marian?
Yeah, she did a beautiful job.
Very nice.
And so now she's just going to go outside. Hopefully she can hear me. Okay, so she's showing the view that everyone keeps talking about. The night light is beautiful here, showing the Penrith Valley. And also when the Penrith Panthers are playing in the stadium, it's been rebuilt at the moment, but when they are playing, you can see the fireworks every time they win, which I personally don't think is very manly.
I was waiting for it. I'm like, as soon as you mention the footy, I'm like, it's coming.
It's going. So now, this is the look of the tiny home on the outside. Now, Marian can't actually see what's on the camera, so we've actually rehearsed this. So now you can see the tiny home, you can see the corrugated. The colour of the colour bond is woodland grey. We got the colour bond from a very good friend, Steel Roofing Supply Centre, so from Anthony and also from Gavin. Now on the left you can see the air conditioning unit, it's running at the moment, and that's made or put in by Darmel Air Conditioning, so our friends John and Daniel and Tanya. But also it's a Fujitsu, what a great unit that is. You can see the sliding door, that is a that was supplied to us by Bradnam Windows. I also put a TV antenna after the video, after we finished the release of the videos, because the reception wasn't very good, and you'll understand in a minute why I say that. On the right hand side you can see a winch. It's very hard to see that. Maybe if you go closer, Marian. So you can see a winch there. We originally had a hand winch, and the decking is retractable. It adds 10 square meters to the tiny home entertaining space externally, but it does retract for transport purposes. So when we tried the winch, it didn't work very well. It actually collapsed. Luckily, the tiny home still stayed solid. It's a solid tiny home. Joseph says it's hurricane proof. Anyway, through my friend John Mifsud, we put it in an electrical winch. It's an Expel, brilliant product. So now, Marian, if you can just show the universal beams. Now, these are the universal beams. You can see those angles, and this is where the shark fin comes from. You can see the stands under there. They are carrying the weight of the tiny home. I did put extra stands later just for precaution's sake. They are tied down. There is footings there, which you can see in stage 1, if you want to watch that, or stage 2. Anyway, so I'll get Marian to come back in.
That's not going anywhere.
The staircase was supplied to us by Joseph Sukkar. Marian's going back. The stringers.
Your birthday present.
It was my birthday present. Thank you very much,
the
Joe.
The foundations, Moosey, they're 2.5 ton though.
Yeah.
Would that be close to 2.5 ton?
They're carrying about. I haven't done the calculations. They've ran about roughly, just under 2 ton each.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm saying it's hurricane proof.
Yeah.
Your foundations are not going anywhere.
No, that's. Joe, what did you think of the whole series?
First of all, you know how you got your fast track one for 40 minutes. That's for people who want to see an overview. If you actually want to learn how to build a tiny home, you've got to watch the
video.
They're very detailed, very detailed. Some people say they're not detailed enough if they want to build their own, but there is enough detail in there.
But enough, yeah.
Yeah, if you have any comments, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer them. But one thing I haven't mentioned, why Louis is here. Now, Louis is here not only because he's a good friend, but also Louis was part of stage 2 when we put the walls up. Now, Louis, that was a frightening moment because we had an incident where Marian hurt herself. It wasn't much, but she hurt herself when we're getting the frames off the actual base of the tiny home to start the next wall, the construction. Now, because of that, I made sure that no one was going to be harmed. We had 8 guys come and help us to erect the walls. Now, so I planned it. We did a toolbox talk, which went for about 15 minutes. Yep. I was very detailed. Do you think I was detailed enough?
By the end of it, there was no doubt as to what we needed to do. So it was clear, it was concise, everyone knew their jobs, and we got it done. So it was,
and so if you see in stage 2, you see how it fell into place brilliantly. Yep. We did have the tractor to give us a hand. Plus, we used other instruments like the sling. That was very beneficial because the sling took a lot of the weight. The guys were there mainly to help just pull it up, just to start and hold it in place while I went through, leveled it off, which Louis helped me with, and so did Salmin. And then I welded it in place. And by the time we finished, it wasn't going anywhere. And then I can then go back and finish all the welding. The welding went through 3 stages, 3 episodes. There was a lot of welding. And we did use a Viper Uni-Meg, and it's a 3-in-1. And so it's an arc, it's a MIG, TIG and arc welder. And my father was mainly an arc welder. Please be careful when you are welding. You need to be in a ventilated area. My father actually suffered immensely from a lung condition and died of it eventually. So please be careful of that. My father was with me all the time while I was building this tiny home. in my heart and in my soul. So Dad, thank you very much. And so Louis, what did you think when we were constructing it, when we were actually putting it together?
No, it was fine. Like I said, when you gave us the instructions in the toolbox, right? That's what gave us sort of confidence and guidance to do it, and so we knew.
At every moment, you knew what
everyone
the next stage
knew,
was.
even during the construction.
Yeah.
You're always there telling, guiding and directing us. So no, everyone did well. Plenty of manpower, which you'd rather have.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
And no,
I went by the weight of it, and I thought with the weight that we had, I estimated each wall would be about 200 kilos.
Yeah.
And I needed to make sure I distributed that load with everyone.
The key as well, no one was trying to rush. Everyone was well aware that
Yeah.
we were holding heavy stuff, so everyone was taking their time.
Yeah.
It was safe. It was strong, and yeah, we got it done.
And it took around about, with the toolbox talk, it took just over an hour. So we didn't rush it. We took our time.
No.
And to put 4 walls up, actually, it's not that much work. But when you're taking your time and make sure and no one's going to be in danger, that's what took the time.
Yeah.
So we took a lot of precaution. It was not in my scope for anyone to get injured.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah.
It was actually beautiful watching it come together, but it was amazing. He talks like it was easy, but it was actually quite challenging. Seeing it come together, the walls.
There was a lot of thought put into that, Joe.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of thought.
A lot of thought, a lot of planning, a lot of and you could tell by the way we were working that day.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was thrown together hastily.
Yeah.
Nah.
Plenty of thought, planning.
Yeah.
And yeah, he
But
came
he
together.
does make it look easy on the video, but
course.
he always does.
It's because of planning, guys. It's because of planning.
Yeah.
Look, I built 4 houses, as I said before, and Marian will know, probably only by stories, but I have actually, been in a situation where I've injured myself, or people have injured themselves because of not taking precaution. You learn to actually be precautious. It's not worth it for anyone to be injured. My spinal injury did not need to happen. It was a workplace injury, and it was a lack of care. So you've got to care about other people, and so and one thing I've learned from my spinal injury, that you've got to think of other people, and so that's why it was very crucial. So now we're going to move on. And I'm very conscious of the time. I want this live chat to go around about 45 minutes. There's a lot to go through, and we're doing really well, guys. Thank you very much. And so, with all the people helping, there was a lot. I'm not going to go through and mention everyone. They are mentioned in stage 11 if you want to watch that. And again, there's a link in the descriptions. So now, my friend Mario from Creative Painting came and painted this tiny home. Now, if you're interested to see what colour this is, it's Lexicon Quarter. It was on the back of Mario's recommendation. He did a beautiful job. I've known Mario for a long time, and his work is top notch. Now, because of that, I said to Mario, I'd like you to stay in the tiny home with your wife overnight. And so I was already rejected by Joe with his wife. So, but Mario, he's a special kind of guy in a different kind of way. So I asked him to stay. He accepted, and so I put together a video. I'd like you just to have a look at this. Here we go. Mario, Veronica, thank you very much for trying out the tiny home. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was
Very
lovely.
much.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the tiny home when you first came in?
I was impressed.
Yeah.
It had everything.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
And the bathroom, how do you find that?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
was
It's
great.
not too tight?
No. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
You got everything you need, and actually I was surprised because I've done some painting before, and now when it's all furnished, like it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Mario, you did a beautiful job painting here. It looks fantastic.
I think everything else is just really, really good.
Yeah,
high
everything's
level.
come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, Mario, you're one of the best barbecuers I've ever met. What's
know
your
about
secret? Yeah, tell me, what's your secret?
It's no secret, just love of food.
So, guys, how was the ambience sitting outside?
Oh, it was lovely. Very peaceful.
It's really like, we don't live far from here, but it's really like you're in somewhere like far away on
yes.
holiday. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
Nature is just amazing, and just enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're so close to the centre hub, but we're so far away from
That's
you feel
right.
like you're far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I really
Yeah.
like. And
Yeah.
I love the book nook. To get the book
Yes.
nook. And also I forgot to mention just the clothes space to just hang up. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's just the practical things that we women like.
Yeah.
and it's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to mention, it's really in a good spot, close to bushwalks. You can go and explore like mountains, like very central.
Yeah.
Like you got things to do, and if you wanna peace and quiet, you can just stay and enjoy here.
Yeah.
Like, you got everything you need. Really, really like it.
And I regret not bringing my binoculars. I'd love to see a bit more of those birds close up.
You're gonna have to.
Lovely,
You're gonna have to
yeah,
come
lovely.
back.
Just
You are
to
welcome to come back.
Yes.
You are welcome. So, Mario, I'd like to thank you very much for all the work.
Thanks for
you
having
helped
us. All good.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you, Lisa.
That was fantastic. Mario loved it. He is really the barbecue king. Only second to Mr. Sukkar.
That was actually very romantic. The way they were sitting on the pergola and having their wine. And it was actually
night
beautiful.
lights.
The backdrop was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so nice. Yeah.
They really enjoyed themselves, I've got to say. And so yeah, having that interview with Mario just to see what they thought, that was over and above. I didn't expect them to say all that, and I was very gracious, very happy. Anyway, so one thing I've got to say that. And Louis, I'll just jump in and just say you are welcome to stay, you and Teresa.
Done.
Yeah. So
Done.
no, I'm dead serious, right?
We might have some bolognese that night.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about that in a minute.
Bring the canoe, man.
yeah, don't worry. It'll be good. Now that video showed really, I mean, you walk in here, it's beautiful enough. But then at night, they were enjoying the movie together here with the wine and the barbecue outside with the backdrop. It's beautiful. Like, you wouldn't think that, you think you almost like overseas, so you've gone on a holiday.
Yeah, and that's what he said on the video. He said, do you think you'd be somewhere else? And so one thing that did come to light, he's the one who indicated that it needed lamps and an alarm clock.
Yep.
And also the TV, because we don't have good reception here or Wi-Fi, they had to cast off their phone, so they have to hotspot it. And it worked fine, but I want to lease this out as a B&B.
Yeah.
And so to
You
do that...
don't need a TV.
TV.
He's got wallabies around, kookaburras. Why would you want to watch the TV?
Yeah, so we do have wallabies. Sorry, that's how our brother Americans say it. And so, yeah, so I did put a TV antenna in, and that has a range of around about 50 kilometres, and I put it externally, and the nearest station to us, broadcasting free-to-air TV, is around about just over 25 kilometres away. So that picks it up beautifully,
Well within range.
and so now you can watch TV if you don't have your own hotspot. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, we will be doing leasing this out as a B&B, as well as accommodation for friends and relatives. And so now we had a walkthrough of all the people come through the tiny home, which I think I mentioned earlier, and so we wanted to see what everyone thought of the tiny home, who had a big part of it, or some people didn't have a big part. And Louis himself, he only saw the tiny home only in stage 2. So when you came back,
Yep.
now you weren't able to come to that walkthrough because you had that private function on, as I said earlier. But when you came and I handed you the souvenir, what did you think?
No, you didn't get a real impression of it until you walked through here. You could
Yeah.
see the idea, you could see where you were trying to go, and you
Yeah.
knew it was going to be good. But until you walked through here, you didn't get the full.
Everyone
full
says it's
experience.
different on video than rather than seeing in
No,
person.
being in here is fantastic.
Video, doesn't do any
It
justice.
doesn't do
You
any
don't
justice
see
at
the
all.
spaciousness of it.
Yeah,
It's-
so Joe and I went to a couple of tiny home exhibitions, and we saw a lot of tiny homes before we even started to come up with the idea how I was going to build this.
They were very squashy,
Yeah.
claustrophobic.
Yeah.
You don't get this feel here.
No.
Like
Yeah.
you go in their bathrooms and you feel like you want to come out straight away.
Yeah, they're very tiny.
Yeah.
Not just that, it's in the perfect location. We were just hearing kookaburras and,
Yeah.
and nature, the wildlife outside. It all
Yeah.
adds to the ambience.
So we are in acreage here, and it's perfect
Beautiful.
to have
Perfect.
a tiny home. Now, as Joseph alluded to, most tiny homes are usually built on trailers, so you can take them on the road, but there's a restriction on that. The restrictions are you can't be over 2.5 metres wide, and the height 2.7 metres. So there's a lot of restrictions, so that's why I built this tiny home on skids. So my friend John Mifsud came and did a demonstration how to actually put this onto a tilt truck. Okay. And if it's on a tilt truck or a transported, you can actually go up to 3.5 metres wide. Hence why this tiny home is bigger than normal for that very reason. So there is a restriction on being on the road, but you can legally be on the road as long as you stick within those time restrictions.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the reason why this tiny home is bigger than normal. So we don't have the loft, which I personally think they can be a little bit dangerous if they're not built properly. So yeah, most tiny homes are built to Australian standards. This was built totally to Australian standards, including the BAL rating, so the bushfire attack level rating. So our home was built at BAL 29, if you're familiar with the ratings, but this was built at BAL 40. Okay, so if we have a bushfire here come through, this is built to withstand that to the most part.
I'm running here.
Yeah, Joseph wants to come here if there's a hurricane.
It doesn't have to withstand. They just put it on the back of a truck and take it
Take
take it somewhere safe.
And so, yeah.
We do have a comment from Jamie Frangos, 9233, who says, I'm impressed of the trustworthiness that comes across here in this conversation. So
Great. Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you very much. And I appreciate your comment. So now I have put together the walkthrough that we had. I'm going to play this for you. It was brilliant. So as I said, a lot of people came through. Now on the outro, when we finish this live chat, we're going to see other people come through, and they're all the people that couldn't be on this walkthrough, and you're part of it, Louis. So I'll just play this. Hey Joe, I love your blinds, man. What did you think of the tiny home?
Really enjoyed the walkthrough. It's come together very nicely.
Yeah, we've done so much work in there. There's so many features in this tiny home. And guess the only thing that everyone wants to play with?
The blinds.
The blinds, the motorised.
I've had about 3 inquiries already.
So Joe, look, thank you very much. I appreciate all your help over the years. Hey Dave, what do you think of the tiny home?
Mate, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You've gone above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
Hey Dave, thank you very much. I'm really impressed with it. And I've got to say, Veronica loves your book nook.
Book nook.
Shoja, Samir, thank you guys for coming. You both are architects,
Yes.
and there is a correlation there. What did you think of the tiny home?
I loved it. I think it was very cozy.
Yeah.
It was tiny, but not tiny. Like
Yeah.
the whole setting is really beautiful as well.
Great.
The way the outlook is and everything.
Great.
You could see the thought which has gone into
Yes.
it. Like everything is very carefully
Yeah.
thought of, planned and executed.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, John, Daniel, what do you think of the tiny home?
I think it looks really good. Really good.
Charlie was here earlier, and he's in a tiny home, and he said his house is just so hot in summer and so cold in winter. Now compare that to what I've done with all the insulation, the plasterboard and everything. What do you think of the difference?
Yours is a lot cheaper to air condition.
Yep.
Heating or cooling.
Yep.
Because the cool room panels are not very efficient.
Yeah, they're not efficient. Guys, thank you very much for all your support. Thank you. Hey guys. Tony, you're a madman. Every week he used to ring me, Musa, what can I do? What can I do? It's crazy, man. The plastering turned out beautiful. You did great. Thank you very much.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
I tried to tell you, Musa, that it's a hurricane-proof
Oh,
tiny
man.
home. And you can't even call it a tiny home. It's not tiny.
Guys, thank you very much. Okay, now I've got the guys here that helped me put the walls up. Wow. Guys, did you feel nervous when we were doing it? No. My son Michael is an engineer and electrical mechanical, and I had already formatted the day. We did a toolbox talk. The other guys couldn't be here, Louis and Marcel, and also Pat, but the 8 of you were brilliant. Guys, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hey guys, the tiny home turned out fantastic. What did you think of the tiling, the bathroom?
Turned out beautiful.
Yeah. It was fantastic. You did a great job, Louis. And Eugene, man, you are a very good labourer. I know you're a professional man, and you're in IT, and you're also a broker. So Louis, we've known each other since high school. So you became a tiler. You followed your dad, God rest his soul. And you now have your son also tiling with you, 3rd generation.
Yes.
Louis, thank you very much.
All right, yes.
Eugene. Hey guys, Anthony.
Yeah, Musa, wow, what a great job you have all done with this tiny home.
Hey, thanks for the pillow, you and Lisa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's right. I dived in on it. Did you see that?
So John, what do you think of the tiny home?
Excellent.
Anyway, thank you guys.
Done.
Well done
Thank you very
again.
much. Yeah, fantastic work.
George, I wanted to talk to you personally. What did you think of the tiny home?
Loved it. I've got to say, the instructions
Yeah.
Musa illustrated and demoed before we actually did all the lifting. It's one
Yeah.
thing we didn't mention before.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
OH&S #1.
Yeah.
I've got to say, safety was great.
George, thank you very much. I really appreciate all your help.
No, you're...
Again, George talking about, or Nugget talking about the lifting. That was a big day. As I can't tell you how much I was so happy. I was worried about that, someone injuring themselves. I'm so happy how that came together. And Louis, thank you very much for that day. Honestly, everyone just listened to what I had to say.
Yep.
And sometimes you can get people mucking around, they don't listen. No one mucked around.
No.
You really need to listen.
Done. It was
It was brilliant. So now, I want to talk about the remote control. So Joe from Covered Australia came. He showed me the fabrics that we're going to use for the roller blinds. We've got blockouts for the bedroom and bathroom, and we've got the sunscreen for the sliding door. And he tried to talk me into going motorised. Joe won. Okay, but it's not very expensive.
No.
Now, Louis used to work with Joe. He was a manager in one of the sections and in the awning section. Now, Joe does internal and external blinds. So he uses the Acmeter system, and I love the Acmeter system, which I've mentioned in I think stage 9 or 10, I can't remember which video, I think it's stage 10 when I put the blinds up. And now the reason I like Acmeter because they are not overly expensive and they work really well. Now this motorised blind is made by Acmeter and it's battery operated, and it'll last up to a year depending on how many times you use it, but it's also USB chargeable. Okay. So these are a basic version, and so basically what you've got to do is find your channel. So you just go across. So there's channel 1 to 5. Now if you do 5 and you press that, all of them will go up. It's brilliant. I love it. So Joe, thank you very much for talking me into it. And I've got to say it was not overly expensive. It was actually well priced. So if you want a link to Covered Australia, again, it's in stage 10 and stage 11. Okay, so guys, now, if there's any other questions you guys have about the tiny home, please send them through. But I want to talk about upcoming videos. All right. So now, Louis,
what do we got?
You're on the chart. Now, your wife was on 2 videos with me. Yep. Now, we're going to release in the near future how to clean tiles. Yep. Now, you have someone in your home that needs special care. You have a wet area, and when they reconstructed your bathroom for that. They used a level 5 tile, which is a non-slip 100%. You don't slip on your tiles. But the problem is that non-slip attracts a lot of dirt. Now, what makes it worse, and there's no, unfortunately, the companies that make these tiles do not put disclaimers on there. They don't give you warnings that if you clean your tiles with any kind of bleaches or abrasive products, you can damage your tiles. You take the surface off. And what happens is it becomes very hard to clean. So your wife Teresa, who's been on 2 videos, as I said, asked me if I can come through and clean those floors. We did. So that video will be released in the near future.
Come on, good.
And it came out. Look, I couldn't fix it, but at least we cleaned it. She had cleaned it with so many bleaches, nothing worked. Now this product I used was called CLR, and I've made a couple of videos on that already. So one of them with cleaning hard water stains in toilets. So if you've got a toilet that you can't clean the base, it looks really dark, this CLR will clean it. There's special instructions on that, but it cleaned well, and those floors did clean. I couldn't get them perfect because they had been damaged.
No, they're very good. They're very good. Thank you for that, Musa.
Yeah, and so now we also made another video, Teresa and I, as I alluded to, and so I love cooking, and I love to cook things that most people don't do. Now, Italians, and Louis' wife is Italian, I purposely asked her to be on this video. I love making pasta sauce, spaghetti bolognese. And so
everybody loves spaghetti bolognese.
And so not everyone makes it well. And so I've been making it for 40 years. There was a relative of mine that taught me how to make it. She was married to an Italian, and she had a number of cheats, and it tasted really nice. It's not how you make the spaghetti bolognese, but I found it worked really well. And I got that down to making that in 15 minutes. Spaghetti bolognese in 15 minutes. Now, that's impossible. It takes, I think, around 10 years to make a good pasta sauce, right? Is it close to 10 years?
Yeah, I'm 9.5 really.
So most Italians would take around about 2 to 3 hours to make their pasta sauce. And Teresa was in that category. And when I said I want to make this video, I said, Teresa, this is a mock-up. It's a mockery against the Italians, but not as a joke, only just as a joke.
It wasn't a mock-up.
And can I say, as I was making the video, I was mucking around a little bit. We had 3 cameras on us, and so there was no time taken out of the video. The 3 cameras kept just changing between what I was doing, so you can see what I'm doing at all times. And a friend of mine named Giuseppe said, Musa, just as a joke, because I got some tips from him and some things I should do. And as he said, just as a joke, put some tomato sauce in there.
Yeah.
Now, I was never going to put tomato sauce in there, but I did it in the video as a joke. I didn't squeeze the bottle, and she screamed.
Oh, yeah. It was a typical Teresa Hanna reaction. You grabbed the tomato sauce.
Italian.
Teresa Hanna. She has her own level of reaction. You reach for the tomato sauce, and the jaw just dropped.
Then I went for mustard.
That's perfect.
But in actual fact, I used passata sauce.
Yep.
Now, that is not traditional for Italians. It's a secondary thing to use if you don't have your own sauce. Italians make their own sauce. They have a sauce day where they just make a large quantity, and that's the way you properly make spaghetti bolognese. And that sauce is used for other dishes as well.
Yep.
And so I did use garlic sauce in that video. It turned out brilliant.
Absolutely, it was. It's a game changer.
Yeah, what for me was a game changer, two things, because that was not exactly how I would make the pasta sauce. It usually would taste fine, wouldn't it, Marian?
Yeah.
Now, Giuseppe and Teresa both said you need to put pork in there. Now, normally I don't, right? So for the first time I used, well, actually I was practicing on it a couple of times, but then for the first time I used pork on video.
Yep.
But also, Teresa said she likes to use chopped garlic. Now, that was my original recipe, but I have made 2 videos making garlic sauce. And so, after I made the garlic sauce, I started to cheat because I didn't want to chop up garlic. I started putting garlic sauce in there, and there was a wow factor that's beyond what I knew, and it started tasting better than ever. All right. So then, in the video, I'm putting in both the chopped garlic sauce, garlic, which Teresa likes. I did it for her, but then I put the garlic sauce. All right. So it was a game changer for Teresa. Now, she's there. She goes, "Mister, this smells beautiful." And she goes, "I can't believe it." And the techniques I used made it to go faster, and using the masher and all that kind of thing, right? And she said she won't use a masher. Now, Louis, when she tasted it on video, she told you when she got home. What did she say?
Oh, she couldn't believe it. She said, "No, this is." She is Italian. She's been eating bolognese for. Her dad's from Napoli. Her mum's from Bari, and they're both into their pasta and their sauces. And she said, "No, I'm making it this way from now on." So
it's the garlic sauce.
It's the garlic. 100% it is. And, and then I told her, I go, "Well, make it here. Why not? Let's try it." I tried it, and I think 20 minutes after I finished, I gave you a call. I go, "Musa, the traditional bolognese has been banned from our house. It's no longer allowed in the house. We're doing the garlic bolognese moving forward."
Especially when you're hungry, you just want to eat. You don't want to wait 4 hours.
I think I had about 3 bowls. Thank you. You know what I mean? So it took it to work the next day and the day after, and the kids loved it as well.
Yeah.
They noticed the taste, and they really loved it. So
now, let's say, Louis, thank you very much for first of all saying that, but also thank you for encouraging Teresa to be on the video. It's fantastic. I was a bit uncomfortable making a video with a woman, because it's just my nature, right? I usually have blokes with me. Now, I say that for only one reason, just for respect. Okay, for respect only. Okay, so now Marian was part of the video too. She was behind the camera, just watching what's going on.
She does all the hard work, but doesn't get noticed.
She does actually. Building this tiny home, she was behind the camera a lot. And so she was, as Joe said, she was my right arm.
Sorry, in conclusion, but so garlic sauce is not only good with chicken, it's good with spaghetti bolognese.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Louis, thank you very much. That turned out fantastic. And I've got to say, even the speed within its how it's made. Even Teresa says she might do the fast track if she's in a hurry. As I said, she has someone, or you guys have someone at home that needs a lot of care. A lot of people are time poor. Now, if this tasted ordinary, but you still save time, you probably would eat it. But it saves time, and it actually tastes good.
Yep, absolutely.
And it is cooked through really, really well. Now, if you let it cook for 2 hours and let it simmer, you do increase the taste. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It's just if you're time poor.
Again, it's not just with us with special needs. It's any family that has a busy lifestyle, like with 4 or 5 kids. It's always you're going to feel the time pinch. This was a perfect perfect solution for and a delicious meal. So, like I said, the traditional bolognese has been banned from our house. It's not happening anymore. So now we'll be sticking with this recipe moving forward.
Thank you. And so I've got to make sure I go through everything on my list because there's so much to talk about.
I just thought of another video, but making the sauce, the Italian sauce.
Yeah, that'd be good,
Actually,
Yeah, making
from
the-
scratch from
and the
tomatoes.
wings.
Yeah. So having a sauce day.
Yeah,
That actually
that
would
could
be good. But I'd need you a part of that. There's a lot of work in that. If I did make it, if Teresa agreed to that, I'd have to have
She'd
you
agree
part
to it,
of
don't worry.
There'll be a lot of taste testing.
She'd bring the garlic with it.
All right, so the upcoming videos as well. I'm going through the process. I've got to declare one thing. Making the time-lapse video made me time poor because it took a lot of work. So I've got to do a catch-up on videos. So there's one coming up very soon with, I haven't made it yet, with Charlie from Top Notch Plumbing. We're putting in internal cavity sliding doors using Hume doors. Plus also, there's a whole list of them. I'm not going to go through them all. But the next series, so this series is now over, the Tiny Home series. But the next series starting up will be how to raise and breed chickens healthy. Now, a lot of my subscribers are actually into my chicken videos. I haven't made many over the last couple of years purely because the tiny home took so much of my time.
Of course.
But this series is going to be brilliant. In stage 1, I actually use a new breeding technique in the incubator. Wow, it was brilliant. The hatch rate was similar to what I would normally get, but the health of the chickens that hatched have been overwhelming. Yep. They hatched quicker, they survived, none of them died. Usually when you have chicks when they hatch, you'll have over the next 2 or 3 days, a couple of them die. And that's just the nature of it. None of these died. I'm so happy with it. So then in the later stages, I'm showing how to raise those chicks. I made a mobile chicken coop. Then in a later stage, I made a multi-purpose chicken coop that's in the actual main aviary, which is huge. It's 25 metre long with different sections of different breeds. So I do have Leghorns, Plymouth Rocks, which are also called Barred Rocks, and then I did crossbreeds. And it's not good to to directly breed the same chickens with their daughters, the hens. So you try to crossbreed them. So this is going to go through a whole heap. Now, one thing I've got to say, it is a disclaimer here, we do breed chickens for both their eggs and for their meat consumption. So there will be dispatching in this series. If you don't want to watch that, please be mindful of that. So I have done these kind of videos before, but now I'm showing better techniques. I have had chickens now for over 7 years, and I love having chickens, but it's also to show you the responsibility of having chickens, how there's a lot of work in it. Yeah. The benefit of having chickens is that you get good quality eggs. They're healthy, they're good for you, so they're not fed with hormones or they're not pumped out, and they're free range to a degree. And also, when you are dispatching your chickens, they are good quality chickens. Yeah. Now, we generally only dispatch the roosters. So when I first started breeding, I never thought I was ever going to dispatch chickens.
You don't want to be a man.
So when you're breeding chickens, you're going to get roosters. It's usually 50-50 in hens and roosters ratio. So eventually, you have to get rid of your roosters. Yep. And when you're trying to find friends to take your roosters, you soon lose friends when you push them because no one wants them. Okay. So you do have to dispatch chickens. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of it when you're breeding chickens. So we're going to show you how to do it humanely and quickly. So there's an efficiency part of that as well to do it humanely. So yeah, that series is coming up. The first video will be released next Friday, so just watch out for that. And also, the last thing I want to talk about before I go back to these guys is the next live chat will be in July, so it's a few months from now. And so we have an annual brew tasting live chat. Joey's always a part of that. Now, a lot of talk goes on before we start live chat. So sorry, Joe, if I'm going to expose you here, but he's a reformed alcoholic. He just come out of A&A.
It's beautiful homebrew. It's a good time. It's hard work. Someone's got to do it.
It's a good time to have a beer. It's when Queensland usually smash New South Wales. Very great timing. New South Wales.
Go the Maroons, the blue and white, the blue and maroon.
Yeah. Queensland, yeah, but not.
That's right. The blue,
not
the
Manly.
white and maroon. Go the white and maroon. Stuff that up. Go Manly.
No.
I'm a blue supporter, by the way. That's why I wear blue colours. Yeah. And Louis is really blue colour in his heart. Look at him. He's wearing.
No, never.
Yeah. So never.
Sorry. I already follow one team that loses. I've got to follow one that wins.
Hey, St. George are pretty good.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, so so that brew tasting live chat will be coming up soon. Now we haven't released this yet. Joe was talking about it. He actually wanted to have a beer before we started the live chat. He was just feeling a little anxious.
I just feel like I'm obligated to taste his homebrew before it's released to the public.
Actually, there's 2 videos coming out before that live chat. So one of them will be making apple cider. Now I have a stomach condition, I can't eat apples, so I haven't actually had apple cider. I've tried pear and it made me quite sick, and I had to take medication to stop a reaction.
Okay.
And so the technique I've made this particular apple cider has allowed me to actually drink it, and you'll see that technique. I'm not going to give too much away. Wow. And the taste is pretty good. And I made that video with Father Jeff. If you've seen some of my brew tasting videos, we've made the rice wine and also the honey mead. Joe loves the honey mead.
Honey mead, yeah, one of my favourites.
Yeah, so the brew tasting will show the videos I've already made and also the apple cider. And Joe will be on a taste test before that with the European lager. I make a lot of Cooper's brews, so they're kits, and that turned out really well. So no, I haven't made it. The apple cider turned out really well, but the European lager, I'm dying to taste that, see how that tastes.
Me too.
So guys, last thoughts before we finish this live chat.
When can I book, Musa? It's beautiful. Like and you can see the amount of care and effort that's gone in here.
Yeah.
And it's very typical of a Musa-inspired project. So
thank you.
Well done to you and your family. It's beautiful here. Like I said, it's...
Louis, you do have it tough at home. As I said, he has someone to look after, and you do need respite, and mate, it'll be an honour for me for you guys to stay.
Yeah.
So you just let me know the dates. I'll just work it in with Tina. So Joseph, what else?
I think you've got to experience, you've got to actually stay in it to really enjoy it and appreciate it. So book your Airbnb.
So I will be, we haven't put a link in yet, but I will be putting that on Airbnb in the near future. So Marian, any last thoughts? Remember, she's very shy.
The star of the show.
The star of the show.
It's been a big process, but...
A bit of a journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you like your shark fin? I shake the microphone's hiding it, so I love it. And by the way, we've got little tags here showing quantum home improvements. These turned out fantastic. Anyway, so guys, thank you very much for joining us. I've just got to load the computer. Here we go. And I'm looking forward to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you.
See ya.